Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing Battlestar Galactica. This is Season 1, Episode 3, titled Bastille Day. I think I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly. But 2 episodes in, of course, I am invested as all hell. We had the whole thing with the water in the previous one, and full transparency. Because of our busy schedules and whatnot, I haven't really been able to watch any new episodes of Battlestar Galactica for a couple of weeks. So now I just really want to get back into that world and get reacquainted with all the characters and what is going on and how they're gonna be able to keep surviving here when there are so few humans left. So I think I'm pretty much just ready to jump into it. But before I do, I want to ask you guys to, as per usual, please subscribe to the channel and also throw in a comment, like the video. It actually really helps out when you do that. And also, you can check out our Patreon page where there are early reactions available, both with the uncuts and the cut down versions that you see here on YouTube. There's a link down in the description and also a pinned comment telling you exactly how far ahead I am over on Patreon. And all support is greatly appreciated. It's how we can keep this channel going. And it hasn't been doing so well for a while, kind of struggling. So again, any kind of support that you can give, and especially over on Patreon, that really goes a long way. But all right, all that out of the way. Let's do this. Battlestar Galactica Season 1, Episode 3. Here we go.
The captain of the Astral Queen wants you to know that he's got 1,500 prisoners under heavy guard.
Tell the captain I expect daily reports on the well-being of his prisoners.
The whole thing with the prisoners. Okay, I'm expecting for that to come up during this episode then. Starting the day with a little bit of booze. Oh, okay, you're gonna do 2.
Not exactly Caprica Beach down there, huh, Chief?
No, sir. We've registered temperatures 180 and below.
Ugh.
Ever see a man die of dehydration, Chief?
No, sir.
Well, let's hope you never do. It isn't pretty.
Yeah, no thanks.
Couple of lemons, we could make lemonade.
Yes, sir. We will have to melt the ice before we transport it up to the ship.
Sounds like a lot of manpower.
Ideally, 1,000 men, sir.
1,000 men.
Damn.
Where are they gonna come from?
Slave labor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They might even prefer to get out, do something, even if it is dangerous.
Maybe.
If they volunteer, but these men are not slaves, and I will not have them treated as such.
No.
That's very reasonable.
Sir, these men were on their way to Caprica for parole hearings, which at least implies they may be ready for release.
Make it happen, Captain.
I would like to have a representative from Galactica who will report directly to me about security issues.
How about D? Second class Petty Officer
I
Duala.
know who she is.
Petty Officer Duala, conversant in technical details.
Thinking entirely of the mission.
Yep, sure you are.
Every man has to decide for themselves which side they're on.
You're on the same side.
I didn't know we were picking sides.
And you need to work together.
She also recognizes that you are not slaves.
So,
Any man who volunteers to help us during this emergency will earn freedom points.
this is complicated what they're doing here. Morally, I don't know.
Thank you for your offer. We respectfully decline.
Oh my God, that's Tom Zarek.
Shit. They have a leader who's the terrorist. Why decline though? What else? Again, you're all on the same side, but sure, there's also a great deal of animosity between certain groups of people and those who've been incarcerated, kept in cells, They, as I said, complicated. I shouldn't be watching this actually. They're like kind of spoiling the shit out of the episodes. I'm gonna look away in future episodes.
His colony was exploited by the other 11 for centuries. His people were marginalized, brutalized.
I'm from
Oh.
Sagittarian, and that man does not speak for all of us. He blew up a government building, and there's no excuse for that.
One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. Isn't that the saying? Woo.
Anybody out there?
That's one hell of a filter they're using here.
There's more. We're warning you might not want to. Hey. Sharon, we've made it this far. We're gonna make it all the way. We're doing good. Real good. Someone must be watching out for us.
Huh. You have no idea, man.
We're the children of humanity. That makes them our parents, in a sense.
True, but parents have to die. It's the only way children come into their own.
No. What? Is that necessary? Can't you just... No. Okay.
We need these men of yours to help us.
They're not my
Is that some sort of signal?
The things you've stood for over the years, the book you wrote.
The book that had to be smuggled out of labor camp because stumps aren't allowed freedom.
Labor camp? What the fuck?
I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think you understand how critical the situation is out there. People are gonna start dying.
Hey, Stark. It's time for your break.
What the shit? Oh, that's why he locked it. This guy's in on it.
Stay where you are, Captain. It'll all be over soon.
Okay, what's the end goal here? Take over the ship and then what? No! Lee, you can't fight all... Well, this sucks.
Stay frosty there, Billy. Everything's gonna be all right.
I don't know about that.
They don't want to hurt us. That won't get them what they want.
And what
Which
do
is
they
what?
want?
Lieutenant Thrace, good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too.
Really?
No.
Really? No.
Just can't wait to get back to the Big G and love and embrace your fellow pilots. Or maybe you have a hot date with your right hand.
Hey, it never gets a headache.
Pilot blows his landings and you make a joke out of it?
Screaming at people doesn't always get the best results, sir.
You are right on the edge, Thrace. Careful you don't fall off.
Speaking of falling off, glad to see you found a way to quench your thirst.
Can't hide it.
We're gonna talk.
What about?
Your father.
You really do have an excellent eye for art.
Where's my Cylon detector?
Fuck off.
Oh, that.
Oh, that.
If you don't tell him what he wants to hear, they're going to tear your head off and throw your body out of an airlock!
No, they're not.
I didn't want to have to ask you for this.
But what I really need
But what I really need to complete the project
is a nuclear war.
is a nuclear warhead.
No. What?
May need them.
Well, yes, of course. If you really think that this project has a low priority, then you know you're totally within your bounds to.
You'll get your warhead.
Good boy.
Thank you, Commander.
Thank you, Commander. Fucking hell.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, okay?
I need to speak with the lieutenant alone. You don't honestly think you've been fooling everyone, do you?
Hmm?
Hell, the whole ship knows about you and the chief.
Oh.
It stops now.
Why?
We're at war. This is a combat unit, and you're his superior officer.
Oh,
Put a stop to it. That's an order.
Humanity is on the verge of dying out. All rules pretty much out the frickin' window.
2 conditions before I release my captives. I demand the immediate resignation of Laura Rosalind and her ministers. I demand free and open elections to choose a new leadership. I am Tom Zarek, and this is the first day of the new era.
Elections aren't a bad idea, but...
Rebellions are contagious. People are already rioting over the water crisis. We can't afford to destabilize this government right now.
I agree.
I watched President Adar offer him a full pardon if he'd apologize and give up violence as a means of political change. He refused. No commitments. No deals.
I'll let you know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You get a clear shot at Zarek, you take it. I want to control that ship immediately. And I want all the hostages alive.
I don't even know how I drew this detail.
Sorry.
Thanks for that.
On the other hand, it's nice to get out of the CIC.
Break up the day, meet new people.
She's surprisingly chipper.
You don't know what tired is?
Right?
Don't mock me, little girl. Mama, I know way back. If you know what's good for you, you'll be nice to me.
I already really do not like this guy.
You want me to say she shouldn't be president? We need a government.
If we're not free, then we're no different than Cylons. They call you Apollo, god of the hunt, and also god of healing. Now, a god can reconcile those 2 opposing forces, but a mortal has to pick one side. Have you picked a side, Apollo?
Oh, here we go with sides again.
Commander Adama wishes to speak to Mr. Zarek. Please respond.
Zeus is calling.
So the whole Lords of Copal thing, they have Zeus? Apollo?
There's still time to work this out.
Have the president step down and call for elections.
That's not gonna happen.
Then I look forward to meeting your men.
And this guy does not bend, it seems. Don't you fucking...
I knew you were faking.
I'm a light sleeper.
Hey!
What are you doing?
Move.
Where are you taking her?
They're willing to talk.
Fuck. Zarek, control your men.
You don't want elections. You don't want your freedom. You want a bloodbath.
You don't understand.
Tom Zarek's been out of the headlines, forgotten for 20 years as he rots in a cell. Now he's got a chance to go out in a blaze of glory.
Don't you understand the gravity of the situation? Humanity is dying. Stop this.
Once Rosalind uses Adama's soldiers to massacre the people on the ship. People in the fleet will never forgive them.
And then what?
The entire government will collapse.
This is so stupid.
They're killing the hostages. Let's go.
Whoa.
Constellation team, set.
Oh wow, she bit off his ear.
Do something. You did this. You put him in a cage. You made him a monster. You all deserve to die.
You first.
All teams, sniper in position.
Kara. Oh! Nice one, Lee. What now? Okay, you got him.
You ready to leave this world right here, right now?
Yes. Too bad.
You're not going to.
You're gonna tell your men to help us get that water off the moon. Then, you're gonna get your elections.
What?
Because you're right, Tom, about democracy and consent of the people. I believe in those things. And we're gonna have them.
Yeah, but this is just the wrong way to get there.
What are you doing, Lee? What are you doing? Come on.
Damn.
You let the rest of the hostages go, we'll leave this ship in your hands. They try and come after you. You can still have your last stand. It's your choice. You reap what you sow.
Alright. I really like Lee.
Gotcha.
Ooh, no, 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 no. Kara, if you do this...
Thanks.
I need a medic here.
It's unacceptable.
It's done. Prisoners have full control of the Astral Queen. And they've agreed to organize the workforce for the water detail on the moon.
You've committed me to holding elections within the year.
Madam President, with respect.
That only makes sense.
I only committed you to obeying the law.
You were not
You sound like
authorized to
some
make
kind
any
of a
deal.
lawyer.
I swore an oath. You're telling me we're throwing out the law, then I'm not a captain, you're not a commander, and you are not the president.
Oh.
And I don't owe either of you a damned explanation.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, he's your son.
Your advisor.
An election.
I guess you finally picked your side.
I have my flaws too.
The difference is my flaws are personal, yours are professional.
Want to rephrase that?
Really bite that guy's ear off.
He's lucky that's all I bit off.
Wow.
That's my girl.
At least I can laugh about it, but that was intense.
I hope you understand, I wasn't being disloyal, Madam President.
I understand. You're upholding the law. I admire it.
I believe in you, in what you're doing. And for what it's worth, 7 months from now, you'll have my vote.
Aw.
There's something I need to tell you. The truth is, I might not be here in 7 months.
Oh, yeah, fuck, there's that. I completely forgot about it.
Whether or not I've survived this illness, it is of great importance to me that there's a future for the people. This has to stay between you and me.
You can count on me.
I know I can. You're Captain Apollo.
Oh, Captain Apollo. Damn, yeah, he did good in this episode. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite characters so far. Lee Adama. And his father, on the other hand, like I really like him. Like he has like this great presence always, and he has control of what he's doing most of the time, and he's smart as all hell. But this whole picking side things, I'm just like, we really need to throw that out the window, because there are so few humans left. So it is paramount that they all work together no matter what. And that was a big thing in this episode, of course. The moral complexities of it all. We need an election. I do agree with that, with what Sarek was saying. But then his methods of getting there, and it seems like, you know, he's been this figure for a long while in the public eye, where like some believe in him and believe in his cause because he was part of like a downtrodden people, and they mentioned something about labor camps, and that's just absolutely horrible and fucking wrong. But then it's also very clear that even though he has these strong principles, and what he wants is, you know, for lack of a better word, like right, it's admirable. It's just his methods of getting there, and that is, you know, a quote unquote like a villain in the making, and you know, one of those I can understand where you're coming from, but your methods suck kind of a villain, you know, and it was sort of the same here, and I think Lee, he was just really on point with what he spoke to him about when he said that he wanted to go out in this blaze of glory, and he has maybe become a bit more concerned with his own image. But I'm glad in the end that there was some sort of like a peaceful outcome here, and not a lot had to. I don't know how many of the prisoners got killed while they were making their way in there. One of them died for sure, and usually I'm not the kind of person who will be like, yeah, kill this person or that person or yada. Like I always want the characters in the series that I'm watching most of the time to find some sort of peaceful solution. But if that is out the window, then yeah. What I'm saying is just this particular guy, who I'm sure we didn't even get a name. Like he was about to freaking rape someone. Like I've waited 20 years. I just oh, you poor miserable asshole. Don't do that. And he sort of got what he deserved. Yeah, that's where I am. First he got his ear bit off, and then Lee just straight up shot him. And it is those kinds of people, and I guess there's a higher possibility that there are some of those amongst the prisoners. It's those kinds of people that we don't want going forward. I get like when the stakes are so high, they at least need to remain prisoners. But what they also said, with many of them were going to their parole hearings and like, discussing their freedom and getting there, like that it does make sense to me. Yeah, like the whole system in place, and the same as we have with like why people get put in prison is because they have proved that, okay, you can't really function in this society that we've built, so now you need to, some just want to punish them, but others want them to kind of earn their freedom back, to be rehabilitated. And that's, I'm all for that. So if they can prove that, yeah, no, we can be a part of this, we can help out, especially in this dire situation where there's so few of us left, then yeah, again, that only makes sense. And when it's about getting water, which we really need to survive, then yeah, that also makes sense. So they agreed to that, but they also have their own ship now. Like they took control of the entire ship. So there's probably something is gonna return there. Something's gonna crop up again with Sarek again, possibly, and some of these prisoners. But I'm hoping that everyone can join together, work together, but I know it's not going to be that easy, because we as humans we can be pretty fucking horrible. Freaking horrible, I should say, just to use their own terms here. And yeah, it's always a smart way to avoid cursing or using, like throwing F-bombs left and right. It's just coming up with your own version of that. So fracking, that works. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, working together, but I know that's going to be difficult because humans are difficult. And it doesn't matter how many of us there are, how few of us there are, stuff like this is bound to happen. So I'm sure something is like this is actually going to happen again going forward. But I'm a big believer in, or I'm crossing my fingers that most are going to realize, and that includes Commander Adama, that we are on the same side here. We all need to work together. And yes, there are some things like with the structure of like a government and yada 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 that we can carry over from what used to be, but again, because of the situation, you also do need to adapt and not be too rigid. And I fear, especially some of these military guys are gonna be too rigid. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. It was another great episode, and I have a bunch of more episodes to go. I wish I could speed it up and just watch a handful of episodes each week and get them out for you guys as well. But we're watching other stuff as well, and we have so much to do in during the days and the weekends, and then with the little one, and our schedules are just, I'm sure many of you out there know knows how that is, and I'm also a little bit tired and exhausted all the time, it feels like, so that's probably why when I just start mumbling or I can't find the words, then yeah, that's a good sign that I should take a small break. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you as soon as possible. So say we all.